from their team tonight.
There was as well a lot of disappointment from the fans after they believed that Torres and Reina would play. Can you explain that to us?
Yeah, it was a change of mind really after discussing with the physical conditioning people. You know, this is a dead rubber. The risk is that had they played, it wouldn't have made a vast difference to the game. It was a bit of a low tempo, we'll keep the ball and drag you forward and then pass it across the field type of game. And in discussions with the physical conditioning people, they said to me it's a bit of an unnecessary risk and perhaps we shouldn't take it because Saturday's game is so important in terms of the Premiership and trying to get points. So I listened to reason basically. I suppose it was my desire to win the game and hopefully see a few goals that wanted me to put Torres on the field, but it would have been the wrong decision. I'm glad I was talked out of it.
The thoughts of Roy Hodgson. Let's hear the thoughts of Ray, who's in Northampton, joins us on the line. Hi, Ray.
Hi chaps, how are you?
Yeah, okay, Ray, what are you thinking tonight?
Yeah, I've just got a little bit of a question for Gary, if it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
How you going, Gary?
All right, there.
Yeah, just a bit of a quick question, really. I'm a little bit disappointed with Hodge, and I was getting a little bit disappointed with Benitez towards the end, and it's basically down to this. I'm a big believer in anyone who knows anything about football, and you will with your playing career and the successes you had, that playing games breeds consistency. Consistency breeds confidence, confidence breeds success, and success breeds trophies. And I'm just getting a little bit annoyed that we seem to be playing these weaker teams and consistently playing 6 or 7 or 8 young players all the time, when really for the first 11 in my eyes they should be playing the strongest 11 week in and week out, no matter who the games they're playing against. And in my eyes there's never a game that's sort of lesser than a Premier League game or a European game. I think every game is absolutely important. And what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you, Ray, in principle that you would probably want to pick your best 11 for every game. I think the game has moved on, certainly since the time I was playing. I mean, I look back, that's probably 25 years, almost 30 years ago. And I think the amount of competitions that these players are playing in, the level of fitness that they have and the pace of the game, I think it's nearly nigh on impossible for them to start every game. I think, I look back to our time, we probably had a squad of maybe something like 16 to 18 players. And you could probably pick the first 11 on a regular basis for most games, but I do think the game has moved on and it's changed, and I think all teams do it now. All managers do it, even the top sides, Chelsea, Arsenal, even the Barcelonas of this world, they do rotate their squad. And I think it's a part of football that we've just got to get used to. I think what we have got to do, though, we've got to have better strength and depth, but the quality's got to be a lot better. But, I think that's a work in progress. I do think that it would be just asking too much, and especially with the levels of fitness some of the players have, the likes of Torres, the likes of Gerrard, the likes of Aurelio's. Sometimes it maybe it's too much to ask for them to play that many games. And you listen to Roy Hodgson in his interview there, and these days medical staff and the physical conditioning people have an awful lot to say, far more of a say in team selection now than certainly in my day. And really the managers these days have to be guided by the technical staff, the medical technical staff, who is available, who is fit, and who do they think should be playing. So they have got a big, massive part to play in it, as opposed to maybe in our day where it was simply the coaching staff or just the manager that picked the side.
Do you not think, though, that the more you play then the less you train? Because I'm also involved myself in football, and I just doesn't make sense in my head, because I just personally train less and play more, because at the end of the day, what are you training for? You're training to play games. And I see some of the most successful coaches nowadays, and a lot of research I've done, is they do just basically cut out the training. And I mean, you've got to look at the successful team Houllier had, which wasn't so long ago. Those boys that season, consistently, I think there was 8 of them played 60 plus games that season. And there was no signs of injuries, no signs of illnesses, there was no medical doctors getting involved making decisions. So do you not believe that training less and just play more, that's the best way? Because at the end of the day, that's what you're training for, to play games, aren't you? That's the best way of getting your fitness and staying fit.
I agree with you totally. I mean, as I say, I am of probably the same opinion as you. But I just think that it's the way football is going. Sometimes we overanalyze games, and we overanalyze training techniques and coaching techniques. I think players just want to play games, but I do think that, as I said, the game, I don't want to be sitting here like being an old dinosaur saying it was far better in our day than what it is now, because I think, as I say, the game has moved on, and techniques and training methods, and certainly medical side has moved on to a greater extent than what it was in our day. But I'm still of the opinion myself that I'd rather play than train.
Exactly.
Now, whether that brings out the best in your team, I'm not quite so sure.
Right, would you have played Torres tonight?
I would have played Torres, I would have played Cole. I'm also getting a little bit annoyed at the fact people keep getting on the likes of Dirk Kuyt's back and Babel's back, because, to be fair, let's be honest, Babel has not consistently played more than 4 games in a row, and that was under Benitez's regime and also Hodgson's. And I'm a big believer, and I'm 100% positive, that if these guys were given 10, 11 games together in a team, you would see the best out of the likes of Babel, the likes of your Kuyt, Torres, and it'll all just breed confidence, and confidence will just breed success, and the glory days will be back at Liverpool. And I'm just afraid that Hodgson, unfortunately, is a very plain sailing, boring, sort of small club mentality coach, and for me, he's not big enough to take on the job at Liverpool, and I would play Torres. It's the only way he's going to get confidence. Mollycoddling players and putting them on the bench, I know for a fact, I've studied it for years, it just knocks the confidence. It doesn't give them positive thoughts, it gives them negative thoughts. And I think we're going to end up losing Torres, and we'll end up losing the likes of Gerrard and the rest of them if we don't play them. I think we're mollycoddling them far too much.
In terms of injuries, though, you think that's just part and parcel of the game? You'd be prepared to risk that, to risk someone like a Torres tonight?
I think psychologically what you do with them all the time actually breeds injuries, and if you play them consistently game in and game out, you get rid of that out of the head. And I think what a lot of these coaches and these old style coaches are not realising, that the game is won and lost in the head 90% of the time, and if the head's not right and the mental game's not right, you can forget about your fitness. And I think all these doctors and medicals are science, and it's good to a point, but then it's bad to a certain point. And if they're not right in the head, then they're not right on the pitch, and I think he just needs to play to stay fit.
Interesting thoughts indeed, Ray. Fantastic call, mate. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us tonight. Brilliant stuff. John?
Just wanted to say, Matt, I'm quite lucky in that I've been into another couple of Premier League clubs this year. And it's a very interesting point we talk about training and what players do. And it's pretty regimented now throughout most of the clubs. If you're playing on a Saturday, you'll play on the Saturday. Sunday you'll be off, or you might go in for a little warm down.